All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our predictions video for the next season, Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead. Alright dudes, we have just seen the wrap up this weekend on regular cable and the weekend before on AMC premiere for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 with somewhat of a cliffhanger leading into Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. So yes, the series has been renewed for an 8th season. It's already been confirmed. I think that they might be starting filming soon for it, starting production for it soon. And so we kind of leave things off with Season 7 with Morgan and Madison, and they're heading towards Padre. They are to be blindfolded, so they don't exactly know where they're going. There are a good number of viewers who have brought this up to me, that there is actually an island in Texas which is actually named Padre. So this could be cool to actually get to see if somehow this group that they have now run into may have its very own island, which possibly could be, zombie free. And I do think that they've kind of left things off at a really good point going into Season 8 for Fear. It really feels like they've got what might be a cool group of villains kind of set up here, and we are finally getting to see some scenes with Morgan and Madison. So even though going forward for Fear the Walking Dead we're not going to have Alicia anymore for the series as we have since the beginning of the show, this is Season 7, episode 15 being her final episode of the series, unless eventually something changes and she either returns or maybe they end off the series or something like that. This is going to be, and I've seen some articles already mentioning this for Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, that it's going to be very different from what we're used to. And you can kind of see, why that is. If you look at like the last year, you had John, who was killed off in Season 6's second half, I think. Was the second half or first half? He was killed off in Season 6 either way. You had the stuff with Teddy, and now we have Alicia who's left, so and Madison who's returned, right? So you have quite the different cast. Althea also left as well too. Maggie Grace left, survived in Fear when she left, with Isabel, I think was her name, one of the soldiers from the CRM, so they had kind of a happy ending. I don't think we're going to be seeing her back in the series at any point in time. I think she's finished with the series as well too. So we kind of have a different cast coming into Season 8 for Fear the Walking Dead, with, of course, the biggest return being for Madison. And while it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see any scenes with Madison and Alicia before Alicia left, happened to be the next episode, however that worked out. Like I said, I'm kind of suspicious that maybe there was budgetary constraints, and that's the reason why they split them off for episodes or something. But either way, it is what it is. Getting to see Madison and Morgan together should be really great. We do still have Morgan in the series, and he is one of the biggest Walking Dead survivors that we have in any Walking Dead series, right? Going back to the very first episode of Season 1 with him meeting Rick. And since we don't even have Rick now at this time, Morgan being an OG also, Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 is going to be premiering after the original Walking Dead TV series ends. So we do have to take into consideration and realize that the original series will be over by the time we see the first half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. So even though we've had some shakeups and some strange things with regards to the roster, having kind of a mainstay leaving with Alicia, but then having an old mainstay come back with Madison returning, very, quite the unpredictable kind of set of circumstances, quite the unpredictable turnaround and change around for the cast of Fear. And then the two, like I said, Althea and John, that joined with Morgan when Morgan crossed over from All Out War from Season 8 into Fear Season 4, if you guys remember when they did the crossover. Althea and John were the two new additional characters that had met with Morgan and kind of came into the series with him. So you really are seeing a different cast, a different set of survivors here. How will they play off, off of each other? And there are maybe some big moments that could be really good here. For example, getting to see Strand reunited with Madison. Now, even though I was one that thought that Strand would likely be killed off at the end of season 7 because he becomes a villain. He's like throwing people off the tower one after another. He's killing tons of people. You would think that he probably would be killed off before the end of this season, season 7 of Fear, but that wasn't what they did. Now, as strange as that is, and kind of felt a little bit maybe contrived or a little bit strange that nobody ended up killing Strand because of all the things he had done in season 7. He managed to survive thanks to Alicia. Going into next season, it will be great to see him reunited with Madison again, because if you guys remember, they were old, drinking pals and such. So they had a good relationship. I think back to the episode where like they were in I think it was in Mexico. They were in like a lobby. And they were getting wasted, and then there was like, they barred it up, but they got really drunk, and then the walkers started coming in. You guys remember this? I actually kind of like that episode, as a matter of fact. People are like, this is so stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. But I don't know, maybe, it'd be cool. So to get to see the two of them reunited will be great. To get to see, Morgan work with Madison will be great. And then we'll have to see for the other spots. It feels like Daniel's been in the series a long time, even though Ruben Blades, he hasn't been in every episode or anything like that. He comes and goes for his episodes. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. He kind of takes breaks and stuff like that. But we'll have to see if he returns as well, too, next season. Same with Luciana and some of the others, whether or not they're going to be long-term survivors. That's another one that would be good for Madison to be reunited with. Could be Daniel, could be Luciana, could be good for some of the earlier season vibes and stuff. So definitely a strange set of circumstances. Interesting twist here in roster at the end of Fear the Walking Dead Season 7. But Season 8 does look promising. I think they have a good setup of location. They've already said that we're going to be seeing more like water in and around Padre, which I think is really great, because some of the best episodes they had in the early seasons were when they were on the Abigail, or they were, kind of on the water. We got to see something totally different than we got to see in the original Walking Dead series. So maybe with this season coming up, they are looking to do something like that with Padre. And hopefully we're kind of done with the nuclear fallout yellow screen filter that we saw for a lot, and the counters. What are they? Is that a Geiger counter? Is that what it is? Radiation counter that they all seem to have found, and gas masks and everything. It's hard to find food in the zombie apocalypse. It's hard to find regular stuff, but I guess that stuff's just everywhere. No problem, right? So going into Season 8, I am kind of excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. The best thing about it is that because the original Walking Dead TV series is ending, you do still have that for at least another year or two, so you can watch that if you're interested and you want your Walking Dead fix, and you're not getting it because the original series is over. Then there's going to be the spin-off series with Isle of the Dead with Negan and Maggie, which should be great. So we'll see how many more years Fear the Walking Dead gets out of it. Maybe Season 8. Season 9, maybe at least a half a season, Season 9, and then Season 9 might be the wrap-up for Fear, depending on how many people are interested in it. But when the Walking Dead original TV series ends, you tend to think those fans might go somewhere, so maybe there'll be more interest in Fear once the original series is over. I guess we'll see what happens. What are your predictions for this season? Do you think that we're going to see Daniel, Luciana, all the others kind of return? Do you think anybody else might leave, or they might be killed off in Season 8? And how do you foresee Madison working with all the other survivors in Fear? That's it for this video, guys. Predictions below, and I'll see you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.